There is agreement between all forms of government though to halve the national road toll by 2030. Instead, road toll's going up. It was just over 1,200 deaths last year. It's increasing so far pro rata this year. So what's going wrong? Joining me now is Michael Bradley, Managing Director of the Australian Automobile Association. Thanks for your time.
Good to be here, Tom.
What's your take on this? It's going the wrong way, and given they want to halve it, I mean, is this 2030 promise a pipe dream now?
Tom, the numbers tell us that business as usual is not working. In each of the last 5 years, Australia's road toll's gone up, and yes, the numbers released over the weekend say we're going up at an annual rate of over 7%. I'd also say it's not just about the numbers. Like, this is an issue where each of those numbers represent an Australian family who's lost a loved one. Each of those is a life cut short. This is an issue that causes enormous societal pain, and we need a new approach. And I'm hoping that the budget of May is the reset we're looking for. When
you think of roads and fatalities, it feels relatively simple. Drugs and alcohol, speeding, quality of the roads.
Yep.
Is there one you'd pinpoint that's going particularly bad?
I'd pinpoint our inability to report on that or count what you've just described. The Australian government's plural, have again committed to a very ambitious target, but they've again committed to targets which we don't report against and things we don't measure. I think Australian motorists and taxpayers have a right to be very confused about this because, as you said, there's a lot of talk about road safety and the initiatives underway. There's an awful lot of taxpayers' money spent on this, but until we start quantifying what's going on and working out what's working and what's not, we can't explain to people like you what the cause of these deaths are,
right,
or how we're going to prevent them in the future.
So we take a stretcher road and you know, media will often do analysis. Oh, well, look, we've had 10 people dying here in the last 5 years. But at the moment, your submission points out we don't know if that's their driver errors and behaviours we need to change there, or a poor road which is killing people. But the information is there. It's not getting published.
It's not getting published. So we'd highlight that in health, in education, the money that the Commonwealth gives to states has strings attached to it. The AAA is one of many organisations which says the $12 billion that the Commonwealth gives to the states each year in road grants should be contingent upon those states reporting the kind of things you're talking about. We think that makes sense, and we think it would deliver a much clearer picture of the problem we're trying to wrestle.
And not publishing it, call me cynical as a journalist, so that's what, so they can fix the roads that might have a few more votes in them versus the roads that save lives?
I think it's a question you should put to them, but we will continue to highlight that until we have that information, we can't have faith in an evidence-based approach.
The other big factor, as I said, you've got speeding. Well, that's kind of up to people to police and speed limits. What about drugs and alcohol? I mean, the technology is there for an interlock device. Would it be radical? I don't want to alarm all the sort of small government people out there, but every new car that rolls off eventually will have one, or?
It's been rolled out in other jurisdictions, and I think it's...
Has it worked? Where's it happened?
New Zealand are using it.
So every new car then has an interlock?
No, it's for recidivist drivers, for people who have a habit of doing the things you're talking about. This is what the consequence is.
We have the recidivist ones, don't we? But
yeah, so yes, it's an interesting concept, but I'd like to be able to tell you to what degree drugs and alcohol or drink driving is the issue at hand, and whether or not this is the most cost-effective or effective response.